Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the pediatric larynx. Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the pediatric larynx. There are many differences between the infant larynx and the adult larynx. Infant larynx is positioned high in the neck. That is at opposite to C3 or C4 when the child is at rest or when the child is swallowing, then it will be C1 or C2 if the child is swallowing. The position of larynx is high, that is at C3 or C4 if the larynx is at rest, and it can be at C1 or C2 while the child is swallowing. This high position of larynx allows the epiglottis to meet the soft palate and makes a nasopharyngeal channel for nasal breathing during suckling, so that the child can breathe simultaneously and also feed simultaneously. Then, in a child, the laryngeal cartilages, the cartilages of larynx are very soft and they are collapsible very easily. Epiglottis, if you see, this is omega shaped most of the times. It can be omega shaped, and arytenoids are relatively large, covering the entire portion. And if you see, arytenoids are large. Epiglottis is omega shaped, arytenoids are large in a child larynx. Then if you see, the thyroid cartilage in the child's larynx is flat, and this thyroid cartilage overlaps the cricoid cartilage, which is in turn overlapped by the hyoid bone. So thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage and also the hyoid bone, all these will overlap. The thyroid cartilage will overlap the cricoid cartilage will overlap the hyoid bone. The cricothyroid and thyrohyoid spaces are narrow and are not easily discernible. If you see the infant's larynx, the larynx proper, it is small and conical. The diameter of infant larynx will obviously be smaller than the adults. The diameter of cricoid cartilage is smaller than the size of glottis. If you see, the cricoid cartilage diameter is smaller than the glottis. Because the cricoid cartilage diameter is smaller than the glottis, the subglottis is the narrowest part in the babies. In the babies, if you were asked what is the narrowest part, that is the subglottis is the narrowest part in the infant's glottis or children glottis. Then submucosal tissues of infant's larynx are also loose and edematous. So once the infant larynx will have two growth spurts. The first growth spurt is at 3 years of life. At 3 years of life, the baby's larynx will increase in width and length. Thus, obviates the need for any airway surgery in certain congenital anomalies. So, it increases in width and length at 3 years of age. Then at around adolescence, there will be second growth spurt occurs when the thyroid angle develops at this second growth spurt. Thyroid angle will develop at second growth spurt, whereas at the first growth spurt there will be increase in width and length of the larynx. The length of the vocal cords increases, and this will lead to change of the voice. Length of the vocal cord will also increase, which result in change of the voice, especially in males. Then the larynx descends in the adult level, that is at C5 level. In childhood, if you see, vocal cord is 6 millimeters in females and 8 millimeters in males. Vocal cord in childhood females we have it is 6 millimeters and it is 8 millimeters in males, and that is in child. In females it is 6 millimeters, that is vocal cord size, whereas it is 8 millimeters in males. But in adult, if you see, in adult female it is 15 to 19 millimeters, and in adult male it is 17 to 23 millimeters in adult male. So these are the main things which you see in the larynx. So I will just show you one diagram so that it becomes easier. Right. So this is the diagram. Okay. Here if you see, the child's tongue is larger in proportion than the tongue of the adult. Epiglottis in child is U-shaped and also soft epiglottis, and even the epiglottis is soft and even present at a higher level, so that this epiglottis can meet the uvula to simultaneously breathe and feed simultaneously in infant's larynx. And the larynx cartilages are soft and collapsible. Epiglottis is almost U-shaped or omega shaped. Arytenoids are relatively large. Arytenoids are not seen here, but still arytenoids are relatively large in the infant's larynx. The thyroid cartilage which you are seeing here is relatively flat. It is flat here in the infant's larynx, whereas you have an angle in the adult's larynx. Then this thyroid cartilage will overlap with the hyoid bone, and this thyroid cartilage also overlaps with the cricoid bone. So the thyrohyoid ligament and thyrocricoid ligament are very narrow or small in an infant or child's larynx. Then if you see, the larynx in a child is small and conical, and the cricoid cartilage diameter is smaller when compared to the glottic diameter. See, this is the vocal cord diameter, this is the cricoid cartilage diameter. You can clearly see that the cricoid cartilage diameter is smaller than the vocal cord diameter. So cricoid cartilage is the narrowest part of the child's airway. Then the child's larynx, even the subcutaneous tissues of infant larynx are also loose. So this is about the differences between child and adult larynx. Thank you for watching my lecture. Thank you.